Apparently, if you enjoy the sound of a V8 and a whiff of burnt rubber, you're a climate-denying right-wing dinosaur. Really? Let's set the steering straight on this one, shall we? Now, I know that I get pigeonholed sometimes, and honestly, I can understand why. I mean, I love cars, especially big, hairy, monstrous motors that smoke their tires and obliterate decibel detectors. Yes, my name is Shazad and I am an autoholic, I confess. The thrum of a V8 turns me on, octane is my cologne, and a gear-snatching, wheel-twirling thrash up a twisty road, that's my therapy. Cyclists can be annoying, traffic cameras are the enemy, and the highway code, well, that's just the right thickness to go underneath the wobbly leg of my coffee table. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this. But I don't tango with Trump, nor do I fancy a fry-up with Farage. Somehow, somewhere along the way, car enthusiasm got tangled up in political identity. These days, people hear petrolhead and they picture some sort of a caricature. Somebody with a toothless grin, a St. George's tattoo, swigging a can of Carling while idling a smoky old Vauxhall Astra GSI in a Waitrose car park. With all due apologies to anyone, living or dead, who resembles that description. But loving cars isn't a manifesto. It's not a political declaration. I've adored automobiles since I was a kid in primary school, standing out, looking through the fence at break time, watching older cars drive past. It was a pure, visceral, emotional response to beauty, sound, and motion. At that age, I didn't know what politics was. I didn't know what a prime minister did. All I knew was the difference between a Cortina and a Capri. I was aware that I was brown, skinny, tall, and a bit goofy. I was aware because, kids in the 70s could be cruel. But when I looked back through the fence, I saw cars in every color imaginable. And the cars didn't care who drove them. They didn't care about the color, class, or creed of their drivers. So cars were cool, and the other kids, they were fools. And that's when I decided I'd rather live in a world of engines than echo chambers. So let's be absolutely clear. I'd never vote for reform. They're racist, blinkered, and self-serving. That's my opinion. The Tories are trying too hard to be reform. Labour's already let everybody down. The Lib Dems seem more interested in stunts than policy. And everyone else, they're just filling up space on the ballot paper. Frankly, I can't in good conscience give anyone my vote right now. But I don't deny climate change, and I'm not anti-EV. And I live in London, and yes, I do use public transport, quite a bit actually, but I'm also pro-car. And to me, these stances aren't mutually exclusive. I get why the stereotype exists. Cars have long been symbols of power, freedom, rebellion, and status, especially in America, where pickup trucks became political props, rolling billboards for patriotism. And yeah, Dodge Challengers often come with a free MAGA hat in the glove box. But I love the Challenger too. I would just continue to wear my blue BCG cap instead when I'm driving it. Over time, that mad mob and motors imagery has bled across the Atlantic to here, and suddenly owning anything more potent than a leaf blower made you part of the problem. Urban planners blame us for ruining their city layouts because we need roads and traffic lights and petrol stations, but they forget. Streets are the arteries of a town. If they don't flow, the heart of the city doesn't beat. We're constantly singled out for destroying the environment, while somewhere a field of cows is quietly farting away smugly, and rampant consumerism is digging up the planet for raw materials, leaving carbon footprints the size of continents, and creating trillionaires who couldn't care less for planet or persons. Apparently, that's not disgusting. But turning the key and giving it some welly is? Being a car enthusiast isn't about being for or against the planet or any kind of politics. It's about enjoying cars and the company of other car fans. Automobiles are art, physics, nostalgia, and dopamine all working in perfect harmony. We're artists in oil and petrol. We're storytellers on wheels. Go to any motor meet and you'll see a mix of people that would make a corporate diversity officer blush. Conservatives, liberals, centrists, apolitical dreamers, we're all there. The guy with the Prius might have voted Tory. The bloke in the Mustang might religiously recycle. And the woman in the classic Mini, she probably runs a sustainability podcast and just happens to love carburetors as well. Mold breaking, cliche challenging, stereotype shattering, it's all there. Cars unite where politics divides. When you're talking horsepower or arguing about the best handling front-wheel drive car ever, could it be the Integra Type R or the Lotus Elan M100? At that point, you don't care if that other person, who they voted for or what they believe or who they love. Look, cars have left a heavy footprint. They do burn fuel, they take space, and sometimes they break down, just to remind you they're bloody-minded, vengeful little mental deities. But guys, if you're enjoying this video, finding it useful, then don't forget to hit that like button and share and comment if you can as well. And support independent journalism channels like mine. You can do that at patreon.com, at coffee.com, or right here on YouTube you can take out a voluntary subscription. Or you know what? You can buy my books. I've got 3 out at the moment. One is a fantastic thriller. It's a novel. It's called The Ulysses Files. Go check it out, about the war on cars. And I've got a collection of short stories. That's called Quantum Races, and that's out at the moment. And then this year I put out How to Be an Automotive Content Creator. It's about how to do what I do, and that's all of these are now available on Amazon. If you buy any of those books, I will be very, very grateful. If you buy all 3, I'll put you into a draw to win a unique and exclusive set keyring and brown car guy badge. There are only 17 of these left. There were only 20, 3 have gone out. There's just 17 left now, so hurry up with that. Anyway, now back to the video. But credit where credit's due, cars have been cleaning up their act for quite some time. Engines are more efficient, we've got hybrids, we've got EVs, pushing the boundaries. And even with classic cars and classic car owners, they're converting them to run on e-fuels, synthetic fuels, or maybe just converting them to electric. Caring about cars and caring about the planet are not mutually exclusive ideals. We love driving too much not to care about the future of driving, which is right here on this planet. You can appreciate a classic Jaguar while supporting clean fuel research, and you can celebrate automotive craftsmanship and still back renewable energy. You can love the internal combustion engine and still respect human rights. Because here's the truth, you don't have to sit on the right or the left to subscribe to common sense. Supporting one sensible idea doesn't mean you have to swallow the entire manifesto. Sometimes the smart lane is the middle lane. Not too fast, not too slow, just bridging the gaps that needlessly separate us. Moderation might not make headlines, but it usually gets you home in one piece with your license intact. Now here's what really bothers me, the moral snobbery. We've reached a point where enjoying driving is seen as suspicious, like it betrays some sort of a dark allegiance. But not everything you enjoy needs to pass a political purity test. Some things are just good. The sound of a V8 at full chat, that's good. The way a car comes alive through a fantastic mountain road, that's also good. The sense of freedom, focus and escape, very, very good. It's okay to love that. But I also know that we can't keep driving like the world's an endless racetrack with unlimited fuel stops. We have to evolve, not because politicians tell us to, but because progress done right is passion too. So yes, I'll defend motorists when they're unfairly vilified. I'll celebrate every decibel of a supercar at 7,000 RPM. I'll stand up for the right to burn rubber, and I'll always celebrate the poetry of pistons. But I'll also cheer for the innovators building tomorrow's cleaner machines, because evolution doesn't erase heritage, it builds on it. And that's not political. That's just passion. I want to know what you think. Do you think that you have to be political to be a petrolhead? Put your comments below. I look forward to reading them, and share this with all your petrolhead friends. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe on your way out, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Shout out time, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links. Or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps. It really does.